After spending the last 2 months exploring North America, we commenced a 27-hour journey to head to our next continent to explore in Asia. And first stop, Bangkok.
We are out today exploring an area of Bangkok that's pretty familiar to us. It's where we have stayed the 2 times we've been here before. Now today Stace is unfortunately woken up with no voice. We think it's from the aircon, so you're stuck with me today. She's on mute. Stace, say nothing if I am the captain of Go for Launch. It's an honor. And even though we've been here so many times before, you can't come to Bangkok and not go to Khao San Road. Something that is definitely new since the last time we were in Thailand. Taco Bell. Now we're actually staying some distance from Khao San Road, but we had to come back because this area is one of our favourite areas and it has one of our favourite restaurants. A little bit more on that in a sec. But I want to talk about how easy it was to get here. We got a free tuk-tuk from our accommodation to the MRT. Hopped on the MRT and then got a taxi from the MRT to Khao San Road. All very, very affordable. The MRT was only 31 baht each and then the taxi here 150 baht. So all up that was about 10 Australian dollars between us and didn't take us very long at all. Lunch today is from a place called Sawasdee House and this is the place we've come back for. They have some of the best pad thai I've ever had, so of course that's what I'm going to get, and Stacey's getting the massaman curry. It's just off Khao San Road, so very, very accessible if you're staying in this area.
Stace, say nothing if I'm the funny one in the relationship.
You didn't hear it here first. Because this place is in a touristy area, there's heaps of Western food on the menu if you're not feeling like Thai food, but also there is definitely a markup on the prices in the menu when you compare it to places like street food. But it's just something me and Stace have to do because every time we've come to Bangkok, we've come here and we've sat at this restaurant, and I think it's really cool to think those times we would have never ever dreamed that we'd be traveling the world for a full year, and now we're sitting in the same spot reflecting on our half year because it's not the new year yet for us, and I guess imagining what's to come. And our first time here was almost 8 years ago, so that is incredible to think about. And Thailand is a very special place to us because it's actually the first place we ever went away together, so it all began here. Creating a YouTube channel was not even on our minds at that stage, but I'm really happy that we eventually did do it. Hope you guys are too.
Yes, Stace.
Let the soft drink addiction begin. And this is where we stayed the last 2 times we were in Bangkok. Wild Orchid Villa. It's a very basic hostel but has everything that we needed in perfect location. We've come back just to reminisce and say hello to our statue friends. Like I said, very basic but super cheap, amazing location, fantastic staff, and I'll put a link in the description if you'd like to check it out. We just saw a Taco Bell street vendor. Not sure what that kind of involves. I'm curious. I don't know if it was actually Taco Bell or not. I did have a bit of a look and it looked like that she was selling like little taco kits. Not sure if Taco Bell was actually sponsoring it though. Very curious. Now over the numerous trips Stace and I have taken to Bangkok and to Thailand in general, we've picked up a few tips and tricks along the way. Now we've just got out of a cab from Khao San Road all the way to MBK Center, and a bit of a tip that we've learned from multiple cab rides and just experience I suppose is that it's always best to ask the cab driver to put on the meter rather than negotiate a fee. And we were quoted by a tuk-tuk driver 400 baht and we just did the cab for 79. So a lot cheaper and easy. And Stace will, when she gets her voice back, we'll talk a bit more about transport in Bangkok and we'll hopefully share a few more tips and tricks along the way as well. But for now, let's check out MBK Center. Guys, it seems like they have a horror house here at MBK Center. I think it ends tomorrow. I love horror houses. I think I can convince this one to get there before they close tomorrow. I don't like my chances. If you would like to see us experiencing some Halloween horror nights, we've got 2 videos. Our most recent video, which I'll put up there, is our first time ever at Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights, and it was a pretty fun but scary time. Guys, I've seen plenty of Starbuckses, I saw a Dairy Queen, I even saw a Tim Hortons. It does not feel like we left North America at all. Now MBK is absolutely huge. As you can see, there are 8 levels, some of which are entirely just market stalls. So, you know, market stalls that you can barter down the price and typical items that you can find in Thailand markets. There are hundreds, like literally hundreds of shops and stores here, and Stace manages to find the one Pokemon store. Please explain. Welcome to another day in the city of Bangkok, and we have come to the world famous Chatuchak market, and it's famous because I think it's the biggest market in the entire world. And I have to say, I believe it, because we just spent at least 30 minutes looking for a stall that we went to years and years ago, and the market is so big, it was like looking through a maze. It is definitely a must-do activity here in Bangkok. Now, it's only on the weekends, but I think it is on every weekend because today is New Year's Eve, and as you can see, it is pumping like it's just an ordinary weekend. Now, you can get just about anything here at this market, from clothes, furniture, souvenirs, secondhand items, food, the list goes on. And I think if you're looking to do some shopping in Thailand, this is definitely somewhere you got to check out. And we're starting our afternoon here with dessert before lunch because we're just in that kind of mood. Now, I've been told that you absolutely have to get coconut ice cream here at the market, so that's what I'm going to get. And Sace is going to get a mango smoothie, and it comes to a grand total of 100 baht, which is about maybe $4.50 in total. Amazing.
How was your smoothie, Stace?
I think for the rest of the day, when Stace tries to talk, I'll dub. So I will translate for you guys. She said that was a really great smoothie, and my coconut ice cream was the best coconut ice cream I've ever had. And let me tell you, I don't even like coconut, and you would know that if you've seen our Chikatere video where we accidentally ordered coconut ice cream. If not, we'll put it up there. But that was some quality ice cream. The market also has a really cool thrift, like vintage clothes section. Stacey and I, last time we were here, got some really cool jumpers. So it's not just like new touristy items. Definitely check out the secondhand items too, because you'll find some really, really cool ones. Hey Stace, is your favorite dog in the entire world Ted?
Yes, of course he is.
You heard it here first. Alright, we stopped for some lunch here at the market and almost died. My whole life flashed before my eyes. That is the spiciest thing I've ever eaten in my entire life. Stace thinks that it's called pad kapow, and I had mine with chicken, and there was no warning that it was spicy, and it says it's basil. So it was a very big shock when my whole mouth started to tingle, and when I breathed, it was like
more painful.
The water didn't help. I was this close to asking for some milk, but I survived. So did Stace. Can't say that I would recommend though. And if you need to escape the temperature outside or even just cool off after some crazy spicy meals, there is also an indoor section at the market that is thankfully air conditioned.
What a surprise, she's found the pop culture marketplace. Wow. Stace, that must have been really scary for you watching me almost die.
It was terrifying. You are the bravest person I know.
We're now back at our room and my voice is coming back a little bit. And it is actually New Year's Eve here in Bangkok. And while we don't have any special plans, we were very lucky that some of our subscribers, family from Adelaide, actually used the link in our description to buy us a coffee. However, they were very particular, was not to be used for a coffee, but for a glass of champagne on New Year's Eve. And while we could not find any champagne, we did get a seltzer and a Smirnoff each to ring in the new year. So thank you to you guys, you know who you are, we're very appreciative as always. And Happy New Year to everyone out there, and thank you for all your support in 2023. It was a massive year for our channel and we could not be more grateful. Cheers!
But with that said, I guess we'll see you next year.
Please. Good morning guys, it is now our third day out here exploring Bangkok. My voice is mostly back. To clarify, I've had the most extreme of sore throats with no other symptoms. I'm not sure if it's from the air conditioning or the plane, who knows, but still a bit sore, but as you can tell, voice is back. So today we're doing something we don't normally do in our travel videos, and we're taking a bit of a tour of shopping in Bangkok because we don't normally have money to shop. We're probably not going to shop, but Bangkok is known for having some of the biggest shopping centres in Asia and the world. They are tourist destinations within themselves. So to start off our day, we are here at Emsphere, which is a brand new shopping centre. I think it opened in December 2023, so it's brand spanking new, and it's meant to be pretty cool. So let's head inside.
And we haven't even entered the shopping centre yet because we got really distracted by the people dressed up as Christmas tree tinfoil. That was amazing.
We've entered in like a food market hall, and Rosh is obsessed with all the neon lights. It's pretty cool.
I I'm a very simple woman and very easily entertained. Oh, I love me a good neon sign. Guys, they have a Christmas like winter wonderland little village inside the food court. Yes, it's only been 5 minutes, and yes, we've only entered the food court area, but this is the coolest shopping centre I've ever been to in my entire life. Guys, I just found a place that's like a Subway but for sushi. You make your own sushi. How smart is that? How have I never seen a place like that before?
Okay, Emsphere was very, very cool, but now we're gonna head up the road about 4 kilometers and go to CentralwOrld. Okay, we have made it to CentralwOrld now. Traffic on that road is extremely bad. We got a taxi and we offered a certain price, which normally they'd rather negotiate a price than put the meter on, and he offered to put the meter on, which should have been a sign. But we made it, and we have been greeted at CentralwOrld by a Pikachu themed Christmas area, which, if you don't know, I love Pokemon, so it's pretty amazing. But CentralwOrld is one of the biggest shopping centers in Thailand and Asia. So we're gonna check out this Pikachu thing and then head inside.
And turns out there's not just a Pokemon celebration outside as well. There's like this area with a lot of different market stalls as well. We got Glyco there. I don't know if it's like a New Year celebration type thing or if it's around all year round, but I do know that it's pretty cool. Coca-Cola!
CentralwOrld is absolutely massive. It's actually the 9th largest shopping centre in the entire world. I can't work out if it's the biggest in Thailand. It's all very confusing, but it is in kind of a shopping district here in Bangkok. We've got Siam Paragon next door and then MBK just up the road as well.
I've got myself a sweet treat. I've never actually had one of these before. It's like a bubble waffle type thing with ice cream in the middle. It looks pretty good, even though the strawberry ice cream is very fluorescent.
So transport in Bangkok, there are so many different options. Our previous 2 trips, we've really stuck to tuk-tuks and taxis. This trip, we've primarily used the public transport system. Now, to start with tuk-tuks and taxis. Now, taxis, you are recommended to ask to use the meter. That will be the best bang for your buck. It will be super cheap. However, you will find 9.9 out of 10 taxi drivers you ask to use the meter will say no. And yes, you do have to ask. Do not get in a taxi and presume they will hit start on the meter. Always confirm that before you get in, and if they won't use the meter, negotiate the price before you get into the taxi. Now, it's up to you if you want to negotiate a price, or you can keep searching for a taxi that will use the meter. Now, tuk-tuks do not have a meter, do need to negotiate the price before you hop in the tuk-tuk. It will be a little bit more of a premium compared to a taxi because it is a bit of a novelty here in Bangkok. But definitely negotiate. I've read roughly about 50 baht per 1 to 2 kilometers is kind of the going rate, but just see how you go. Now, public transport, this is our first time using public transport in Bangkok. And now we've been using primarily the train systems. However, the train systems, there are multiple different systems. So the MRT is the underground metro, which runs all throughout the city. There is then the Sky Train, which is above ground. And I believe there is another train system as well. And now these are all separate train systems. So if you do switch, you will need to buy a new ticket, but it's super, super affordable and easy. And generally, if you are getting off, say, the MRT at a station where you can switch to the Sky Train, there will be a skywalk or a walkway that will lead you straight there. So it's super, super easy.
And when you're catching the train here, you don't get given a ticket. You get given a little token. Today we're making our way to Siam Square, which is a really popular hub here in Bangkok. To get there though, we're hopping on a train and then the Sky Train, which is actually something that I read online you should do as like a tourist activity anyway. I believe it has some pretty good views. I suppose it depends on which line you get on, but we've never done it, so I'm excited to see what that looks like.
Okay, we've now made it to the Siam Square area and hub. Heaps of different stuff in this area, lots of shopping centres. I believe there's an aquarium, a couple museums and things like that. Now, we have not been taking you to all the top tourist sites here in Bangkok, and that's because, as we've said, we've done most of them before. This is our 3rd time to Bangkok together, so we've been using this week to kind of go out and see things we've not seen before, do some more unique things, and just kind of tailored more to what we enjoy. Now, we have done a lot of the top sites previously before we were filming, like the Grand Palace, the floating markets and things like that, but we've come to Siam Square to do something a little more unique again, and we're going to go to a pretty cool cafe that we've seen on Instagram.
This place is called Dosan Dalmation, and that's because it is Dalmatian themed. It is a 4-story cafe and it's said to be a very Instagrammable spot here in Thailand. All I'm thinking about though is if you've seen the TV show Community, the Dean in Community has a Dalmatian fetish.
Do you believe in soulmates? Oh. Okay, now don't be mad at me. I didn't think that more than one person would answer the ad. Yes, dream coming true.
That is all I can think of when I'm looking at this cafe, but let's go inside and see what we can find.
Okay, I've gone with bingsu, which is like a Korean-shaped ice-based dessert, which I've never had before. I went for the strawberry cheesecake and vanilla ice cream one. Looks pretty good. That's delicious. So delicious. So pretty to look at. Thumbs up.
And we also have a little Dalmation mocha here. Need I say more? Come on. Cuteness levels off the chart. Sorry, little puppy. And this place even has a rooftop terrace, entirely Dalmatian themed of course, but a really cool flower fountain here too. So if you're in Bangkok, come and check it out. It's very quirky, very cute, but that bingsu was some of the best bingsu we've ever had.
Okay, we've left Siam Square. That was delicious. We've hopped back on the SkyTrain back towards a SOC station, and we have come to Terminal 21, which we only saw or heard of as we were waiting for the SkyTrain this morning, and we looked it up, and the name is a hint to the theming. Yes, theming inside this shopping centre. Every floor represents a different city or country. It is laid out like an airport. We're about to go in through one of the departure gates. I'm pretty excited to check this out.
Alright, I might be reading into things, but I'm pretty sure the escalators are themed, like shaped like an aeroplane. Amazing already.
We're leaving Paris and we're heading to Tokyo.
The only time I've travelled internationally as quick as I am right now is in Epcot. And if you'd like to see our most recent video in Epcot, I'll link it up there. As they said, we just stumbled across this place and then Googled it, but when I was looking up things to do in Bangkok, this was nowhere to be found online, so I don't know why. It is so cool. We've now made it to the London level. It has your classic telephone booths, brick layouts, and it's really bringing me back to the time that we followed the Monopoly board around London. And if you'd like to see that video, I'll put that up there. And there's even an almost full-size double-decker red London bus.
Okay, we've come up to the 3rd floor and we're now in Istanbul.
Never been there before?
No, first time.
The theming in this shopping centre is truly incredible, and the way that the shops are laid out really adds to it. It's kind of like little arcades. You've got the shop fronts that you would expect to see in a place like Turkey. Alright, I know we've only just been there, but we are going to head back to North America, to the USA, to a city we've never been to before together. We're going to go check out San Fran in Bangkok. I am looking at the Golden Gate Bridge and it is so beautiful. You would think that it was written by Taylor Swift. Alright, we have made it to the very top level of Terminal 21. We're feeling a bit like a celebrity because we're in Hollywood, baby. And right behind me is what I have deemed to be the biggest Oscar in the entire world. It starts at the bottom floor. Sorry, it doesn't start at the bottom floor, but it's still really tall. What floor do you think it starts at? Okay, Stace seems to think it starts at level 4. So like a 4, no, we're on 6, okay. So like a 2 1/3 tall Oscar. Genuine Oscar, probably made of gold.
Don't know how you did that math. It goes across 3 floors.
Damn it. The level of detail that this place has gone to, you would think that we were in a theme park. It is insane. Oh, we almost missed our flight, but thankfully we made it. We're on our way to Rome. Now you might notice the marble behind us, the marble ruin type things, and that's because we've entered the city of Rome. As I said, there are ruins, so it's pretty detailed and lifelike to what Rome is. There's even a painting on the ceiling just like the Sistine Chapel. We're now making our way all the way down to the lower ground level, which is the Caribbean. And Stace says that there's a Caribbean themed market with really, really cheap food. And Stace and I actually have been to the Caribbean before on our Royal Caribbean cruise, and if you would like to see that video, put that up there. We're now having a browse through the Paris level, which is themed kind of like the Champs-Élysées, and I'm just kind of laughing to myself because as travel vloggers we've been doing a fair bit of travel over the last 7 months. We're traveling full-time for an entire year, and coming to this shopping centre is such a good opportunity for me to plug our other videos because we've been to so many of these places. Speaking of which, our Paris travel vlog up there. We also went to Disneyland in Paris, which was the first time we ever went, and it was an amazing time. We'll put the link to that one in the description.
So that's it for our time in Bangkok. We've just got off a 12-hour sleeper train to arrive at our next destination. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye.